Hey there, I'm Jerry, a DIY track guy, and this is my recently engine swapped Ecotec Miata, which in the last video we took to the tuner at Champion Motors to have the ECU tweaked on the dyno. And I'm not gonna lie, the numbers that it produced were a little bit less than what I'd hoped. Now this video is a quick update to talk about the tips and suggestions I received from my racing buddy Mark, as well as the good folks on the Ecotec Miata Club Facebook group where I posted a dyno chart. You guys are awesome. And the net of the feedback was that there's a few things I should check on the car, so let's get into that right now. There's a few things to check on our air intake system here, and the first one is around this air filter. Since an engine is essentially an air pump, if there's anything on or in the filter material itself that prevents air from flowing freely through it, there can be a resulting reduction in power. And as I'm spraying compressed air through the filter from the inside out, you can see a fine mist of oil and debris flying off and accumulating on the workbench. And here's how it looks on a clean shop towel. Although over-oiling the air filter can cause a restriction in terms of the airflow and the amount of power that the motor can make based on that intake charge, over-oiling also has the additional problem of potentially coating the mass airflow sensor in oil, causing it to read improperly. So let's pop this thing out and give it a good clean. And this looks pretty clean. I'm not seeing or feeling any oil residue. The next thing to check is to see if this butterfly valve in this electronic throttle body opens fully when I depress the gas pedal to the floor. And we can see that when I press the gas pedal, the butterfly valve seems to open fully, and on partial throttle it responds as expected through its full range of travel. With those checks done and looking okay, I go ahead and reassemble the intake. The last check we're going to do here is to investigate the fuel injector seal. If you recall, I used some dielectric grease around the injector bucket and the injector itself before installing these. But if I didn't do that right, there could be air leaking past the bucket or the fuel injector itself. So let's start the car, get it to idle, and put a little bit of spray around it to see if that idle changes. So it looks like these three injectors are okay, and this one might be a problem. Let me give it another spray and you tell me if you hear any difference. Since there's obviously air rushing past the injector on cylinder 1, I disassemble the fuel rail so I can apply a fresh dollop of grease to the O-ring and the injector bucket isolator's O-ring, then reassemble it. Then we fire up the motor again and try giving it another spray down with that MAF cleaner. Alright, it looks like we confirmed a few things are in working order, and we found that one problem with the fuel injector seal on cylinder 1 leaking air. So I've gone ahead and ordered new parts from Rock Auto to get that fixed. Of course, I can't be sure that's the primary cause of the relatively low power numbers this thing made. And I wish this video could have a super happy ending with this thing back on the dyno, putting down some impressive figures. But unfortunately, that's not gonna happen for the moment, perhaps later in the season. For now, to end the video, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone that's been following the build and supporting the channel, and especially those of you that provided feedback on what might be going wrong with my car. The internet Miata car community is pretty great, right? But that's all for now. Until next time, you're awesome. I'm useless. Thanks for watching.